So in this video, I'm going to talk about Shao Kahn, and I'm going to talk about the balance changes he got in the MK11 Ultimate patch, and also I'm going to go over my opinion for his best custom build. So he only got two main changes that are worth talking about. The first change was that his down 1 and his down 4 are more plus on hit. So now his down 1 and down 4 are plus 14 on hit. One before, I believe they were like plus 10. So that meant like jailing his 9 frame stand 1 was almost next to impossible. You know, it has a pretty high hitbox, and yeah, just 1 frame window to jail a move is pretty hard. It's pretty unlikely that you're ever going to get it. But now that it's plus 14 now, he can definitely consistently jail his stand 1. That's plenty of time. Like, you got a 5 frame window. That's pretty easy to jail. So you can consistently jail now. So see that? You have plenty of time to jail his stand 1, which is really useful because his stand 1 is actually plus 4 on block. So you can kind of like, you know, you can get like, you know, kind of force like a strike throw mix up. Maybe go for a throw, or go for a frame trap with this forward 3. So yeah, that's very useful. One other change he got was his his down 4 is actually plus 20 on hit now, which is crazy. Before it was I believe plus 15 or plus 16, I believe. Now it's plus 20. So that's a lot of frame advantage. So you can kind of like dash up and like do something. So now if you hit the opponent with a down 4, you can kind of like dash cancel and jail his stand 1 mid screen. See that? So now you can't duck it, you have to block that. See that? Before, doing that was only possible in the corner because of that little stagger animation they do. You couldn't, you know, and plus it was only like plus 16, so you couldn't really like dash up and get that stand 1 to jail. You can only like do it in the corner because you don't have to worry about the stagger animation if you're in the corner, right? So now you can do it mid screen. See that? And jail that stand 1. Keep in mind that you have to be kind of close to the opponent. You can't do it from max range. So this is about like max range. So you can't do it from max range. You have to be kind of close, like around here to about right here, right? So if you're using your down 4 as like a reversal button and you hit, you can get a you can dash up and get a stand 1 jail. See that? That's very, very useful. But keep in mind you have to like kind of like, you know, be aware of the spacing and where it hits, because like around here you're not going to be able to dash up and still hit them with the stand 1. See that? See that? It's not going to reach. So yeah, that's another change he got, and that's pretty much it. That's the changes that are worth talking about. Yeah, it's gonna serve Shao Kahn really well because now he can actually play Mortal Kombat 11. He can actually jail his pokes, so that's gonna be very useful for him. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my abilities that I gave him for my opinion for his best custom build. The first one I gave him was the skewered, the anti-air spear. Enough, you know, a lot of things have already been said about the anti-air spear. Obviously it's a good anti-air, and also it's just armor break move. If the opponent is trying to break away, you can kind of like read that and you know, break that armor and get, you know, that armor break. A lot of things have already been said about that, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. So I gave him the scared move, obviously to break armor. The other move I gave him was the annihilation move. Now this is a great move, obviously for Risen Emperor. It does 12%, so it's pretty much his best combo ender. Very good damage you can get using it as a combo ender. Yeah, that's a good way to use it. Also, another thing you can use Annihilation for is you can use it to kind of like play like Blockstream mind games with his 4-3-4. So now his 4-3-4, there are a lot of gaps in it. It's a flawless block gap right here, and also the opponent can duck the grab and potentially down to crush and blow you, right? But the good thing about Annihilation is you can kind of use it as kind of like a mix-up tool. Like if the opponent is trying to like duck that grab, if they duck and you cancel the 4-3-4 into Annihilation, you'll hit them. Right? So if the opponent tries to duck at the very earliest, if they try to block at the very earliest, if they try to block at the very earliest second, you'll catch them out of that. One other thing is the opponent can avoid that by just flawless blocking, right? Because if you flawless block, you can't cancel the 4-3-4 if they flawless block it. So they can just do that and just flawless block it and just punish you for free because it's -12, right? So they can do that to avoid that kind of like, you know, mix up altogether. But another good thing is that you can also play mind games too with that by just canceling 4-3 into Annihilation, right? So if they're trying to flawless block, they have to release block to flawless block, right? You have to release block and, you know, but you can kind of like you can cancel 4-3 into Annihilation to catch them releasing block to flawless block, right? See that? So yeah, using Annihilation is really good. Also, you can kind of like if the opponent is kind of like flawless blocking at like a later time, see that? See that? See that? If they're doing that, you can kind of like just go for his back, his down back 4, and it will still catch them. See that? See that? So there are mind games you can play with his 4-3-4 to catch the opponent trying to do those defensive tactics to get around it. And Annihilation is another move you can use to do that. Another move that I gave him was the Air Wrath Hammer. Not too much to say about it. I'd rather have this than the Dark Priest, because the Dark Priest, there's a lot of setup involved with that, and setups have pretty much suffered because of the opponent being able to get up 4 frames faster now. So setting it up is going to be a little bit harder. Plus, I mean, you have to set it up to get it out. Plus, you have to get a hit with Annihilation to get the crushing blow, and it's just too much to have to do. That I felt that made the Dark Priest worth having. So I'd rather have the Air Wrath Hammer, because there's things you can do with it. You can avoid projectiles and hit the opponent, right? Right, you can avoid projectiles. You can kind of like, you know, force the opponent to respect it. You know, it's a decent move to use in neutral. All right, so I just gave him that move. But yeah, those are the moves I gave him for, I believe, his best custom build. And those were the balance changes he got in the ultimate patch. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a couple matches, and I hope this video helped anyone else, helped anyone out there. And yeah, see you guys on the next one.
Round 1, fight. Round 2, fight. Your life ends. Finish him. Shao Kahn wins. Round 1, fight. Round 2, fight! Finish him! Shao Kahn